Okay. Hello, everybody. Please excuse my dog's sounds walking around. I am going to cook for you today. I'm making what I like to call like protein mac and cheese. I'm going to put a little spin on it today and add some vegetables and some hot Italian turkey sausage. So the reason why I call this, please excuse my face. I have zero makeup on and I have to do a lot of homework today, but I figured if I'm gonna cook, then I might as well let you guys watch. Go Chargers. Woo! Guys, this used to be like skin tight on me. I mean, like I couldn't even fit in it when I had surgery. It was crazy. And now it's like really big. So, stats. My current stats are pretty much the same as the other day when I went to the fair. 162, so that's 83 pounds lost since surgery, no, lied. 82 pounds lost in total. So, I know that a lot of people feel that they shouldn't eat carbs or they shouldn't eat fats or this or that, but I like to lead a normal lifestyle, cook and eat the things that I like in moderation, of course. I still drink my protein shakes. I still, do the normal everyday high protein, low carb as much as I can, but I still like to eat delicious food, and I still have lost that weight doing so, and I'm maintaining that weight doing so. So that's just the way I am going about my weight loss experience. However you do it is awesome. But if you ever feel like making a mac and cheese that is at least high in protein, this is where to do it. So I'm going to first show you the ingredients that I'll be using. I couldn't find the elbows in the protein pasta, but so this is the rotini. There's 17 grams of protein per serving, which they claim is a 3.5 ounce serving, which isn't terrible. For a 2-ounce serving, they claim 10 grams of protein, so that's still awesome. So even if you could only eat 2 ounces, you'll still get at least the 10 grams of this plus all the other ingredients I'm gonna use. So there's this, number one. They do have elbows, they also have penne, they have spaghetti, they have angel hair. I mean, this brand, and they taste just like regular pasta, so it's really yummy. Second ingredient, of course, sharp cheddar. I like sharp. You can use any type of cheese you like. I like sharp because it gives it that like really good like deep yellow orangey color that you feel like mac and cheese should have, and it's not terribly high in, there's only 1 gram of carb. There's 7 grams of protein per serving, which is 1/4 a cup. So mac and cheese, I mean, most of it is cheese, right? So cheese, some more cheese, Monterey Jack. This I'm just gonna like chop up and quickly put in there. This also has 4 grams of protein, 0 carbs. We all know that. Fat-free cream cheese. This one by Kroger has 4 grams of protein, 0 fat, only 4 grams of carbs, and it's 35 calories. So this will give it that like creamy, rich texture. Of course, some heavy cream. This one's from Trader Joe's. You can also use half and half. I like using half and half, or Fairlife milk will work, which has 19 grams of protein. I also use that in this. I just don't have it out here. I don't know why. I am going to add some Greek yogurt. This Greek yogurt in particular has 20 grams of protein. It does have some carbs and some fat, but we need those anyway, right? Just in moderation. So 20 grams of protein in this right here. I like to use this a lot in cooking, also to make like dips or anything like that to eat with like my veggies. Holy cannoli, guys, 20 grams. Cottage cheese. This is my secret ingredient. That I never tell anybody what's in my mac and cheese, and it has 12 grams of protein per half a cup. Like, I eat this on the regular too, but it only has 2.5 grams of fat, barely any carbs. It's only 90 calories. Like, it's good for you. Anyway, people always wonder like, oh, you could heat up cottage cheese. It's not necessarily like I would say like put it on a grilled cheese and like, you know, expect it to be like stringy, but it gives that kind of like that like texture cheese. I don't know how to explain it. It gives like a creaminess with still like some small like chunks of cheese within like the noodles and stuff without being like too heavy or oily. You know what I mean? So I love that. That is my special ingredient. Today in mine, I'm going to add some veggies and meat. My favorite thing, my favorite vegetable by far currently since surgery besides zucchini is green peas. Green peas carry so much protein, guys, for like nothing. For a fourth of a cup, it says it's 5 grams of protein. So that's really decent for a vegetable. Most vegetables don't carry like a high amount of protein. Yeah, there's some sugar, but it's healthy sugars, natural sugars. I'm also going to add some asparagus. I like asparagus in mac and cheese because one of my favorite restaurants does it that way, and I kind of miss eating it all the time. So I'm going to add that. You chop it up like in little chunks, you know, kind of like the size of the piece. And then I'm also going to add hot Italian turkey sausage. You could also get the mild kind. It's fine. I just like spicy, so I kind of want to get that like, I know it's called Italian, but like the seasonings are kind of similar to like Cajun. So like I want to call this kind of like a Cajun mac and cheese-ish because like the flavors from the sausage. Now, I use turkey sausage instead of pork, although pork is really good, but we know it carries a lot of fat, and they aren't good fats, right? But 1 link of this Italian sausage carries 17 grams of protein, guys. 17 grams, 0 carbs, some fat, definitely, but much better for you than pork, which I know is like extremely high in fat. And it's only 160 calories for 1 link. So I love this stuff. I eat it all the time with like some type of sauce and some vegetables and, you know, whatnot. So that is what I'll be using. I pretty much make a sauce out of all of the ingredients, like all the cheeses and, you know, creams and yogurt and stuff. And then I keep the shredded cheese to the side and I kind of layer it in with the noodles and veggies and meat. And I will be showing you guys that. I'm also going to briefly talk you through what I add into my sauce, although I don't use measurements ever. Since forever, ever since I've been cooking, I don't use measurements. So if you want to just follow along, if you want to make up your own recipe, I also can't tell you how much protein is in this because I don't measure, but it's a lot. I remember when I first did this before I had surgery, because I was trying to, you know, try high protein, good meals, things that still tasted good, that I think it came out to something like 23 grams of protein per serving, but that I didn't use like the yogurt then, and I didn't use the peas or the meat, so it will be much higher, you know. At least I'm gonna guess at least like 25 to 30 grams of protein per serving. Our serving probably around like 3 ounces, 3.5 ounces. It's pretty decent. I'm happy with that, and it's delicious. So here we go. So I am going to first, because I want to chop up my sausage into little cubes, I'm gonna first cook it in the oven, just so I'm able to cut it up. Now you could use ground sausage, the kind that's already outside of the casing, and they have that in turkey and pork. So it's whatever you prefer. How many of these do I want to cook? Let's do 3. I'm gonna cook 3 of these, and then I'll freeze the rest because we just don't eat that often, right? So I am going to pop these just like this into the oven, and I'm gonna watch them to just watch for them to get, you know, brown on the outside. There will be some oils and stuff coming out of it, and that's fine. The more oil that comes out, the less that's in your mac and cheese. So awesome. Okay, next we're gonna start the sauce. I always like to start with a little liquid down first, so I'm gonna put my heavy cream here, just a little to start. We could always add more, right? But we can't take it out. And then I'm going to put in my cream cheese. I'm going to use the whole thing because I got the fat free. There's barely anything to it, and there's 4 grams of protein per serving, which is 2 tablespoons. So the whole thing is set times 7. So 28 grams. 28 grams of protein in this whole stick, right? And we're not eating it all at once anyway, so it's all good. All right. So we're gonna kind of keep that on a medium to low heat until we get more things in it, or else it will start boiling and the consistency of the cream will change. So I just pop that in. I'm going to first take off the peel, because I've forgotten to do that before and started to mix it and was like, what the heck is this? Yeah, so Greek yogurt has kind of a sour taste, but once you put like seasonings and stuff into your, I'm just gonna call it a sauce. Once you put seasonings and all the cheese into here, you won't really like taste that sour, right? And it's mixed in with like heavy cream and, you know, all that type of good stuffs. So I'm gonna kind of break apart the cream cheese in here so it can melt and disperse evenly. All right, so now I am going to add some cottage cheese. I have some left from another bin, so I am going to use this first. That helps thicken up the sauce as well, because once those little cheese curds melt, it helps like thicken it, you know, which is exactly what you want. You want like a thick, creamy sauce to be able to pour onto your noodles. It's already looking super good. All right. Mix that in. All right. So the cottage cheese is pretty much already melted by now, and it's only been a few minutes. So here, let me take you guys and show you. So if you could, hold on. If you could see this, it's really thick, right? Like, it's getting there. And so far that's just 3 ingredients. So I'm gonna start heating that up and just let that sit for a while. So to my sauce now, I am going to add some of this cheese, the Colby Monterey Jack. And this will help give the whole sauce a cheesy flavor. Just gonna use the rest of it. Just mix it right on in there. Wait for it to melt. So while that is melting and incorporating, I am going to add some seasonings. I'll probably add some salt-free garlic and herb, some seasoning salt, maybe a little bit of chicken or tomato bouillon, since I am going for more of a Cajun flavor. I haven't really decided yet. I'll let you know when I come back. Maybe some Cajun seasoning. That might be good. All right, so after a few minutes and adding seasonings, the cheese is melting in. As you can see, it's turning that like orange color. And it's becoming very thick. So I'm probably gonna add a little milk, my Fairlife milk, to give it a little more protein. And then we will come back once it's finished. All right, so as you can see, now it's at a really good consistency. And we got those little chunks in there from the cottage cheese. It's nice in that orange creamy color from the cheese that we added. You could see on my spoon here, there's some seasoning there. That's some Creole seasoning. I did the saltless garlic. I did some parsley and some seasoning salt. So kind of gave it a little kick. And the turkey sausage will help with the flavoring as well. So now I'm going to get back to vegetables and check on my meat. Let's check. Let's look. So they are becoming nice and brown, but they still need a little time to cook all the way through. Alright, so I am currently watching football. I totally forgot that I had the sound on in those last clips, so I'm sorry if it was a little noisy. I am currently back and forth between the Chargers, my boys, and the Jaguars Chargers versus Jaguars, and the Rams versus Seahawks. So LA and San Diego teams are both winning, so I am a happy girl enjoying my cider and cooking before I have to do homework. Okay, so the sausage has come out, and the sauce is just keeping warm for now. My water's about to start boiling, so I can half boil the noodles, because I only boil them halfway because they will cook more when you are cooking in the actual oven. So I set mine to 375. It's already been hot because of the sausage, so it's going to get there quickly. Alright, so when I first came out of surgery, I cooked like everything in these small... This would be like 3 servings for me when I first came out of surgery, because, you know, restriction is really tight straight off the bat. And so I would cook in this, and this would last me like days and days. And then I would make like the excess in this for like my family or whatever. Now this is pretty much like, I could eat like 3/4 of this. But today I'm going to cook, because I'm cooking for my whole family as well. I'm going to cook in this square one with the meat, and then my sister is a vegetarian, so I'm going to make her this smaller one with no meat and just the veggies. I'm also going to do one of these so I can take it to school for the next few days and have lunch. So there's some meal prepping for you. Alrighty, so I'm going to put the noodles in and let them cook. I'm going to let the sausage cool so I can cut it without losing those juices, and then we're going to layer it all together. I'll come back to you guys for that, okay? Alright, so the noodles are half cooked, which means they're still a tiny bit hard, but not completely soft or al dente yet. Sauce is ready to go. This is all cut up, cheese is ready, and the veggies are ready. These are prepped, and we're gonna put some cooking spray in them. So here we go. Okay, to keep them from sticking together, I added a little bit of sauce to them, mixed it all together, and now we are going to layer. So just add a little noodles, add a little sauce, some meat, cheese, and veggies, mix a little, and then do another layer so you get everything all evenly distributed. Here's it all layered here. You can see it's nice and juicy. We got our vegan one, and we are about to put them in the oven. So I kept them in there for about 40 minutes, and you could see it's all bubbling up the sides, the sauce, and I'm going to let them sit for a while so they can cool and set. But let's take a little piece. Delicious. Alright, so here is the finished product. You can see lots of melted cheese, some veggies, meat, all incorporated. It's just so creamy and delicious. So good.